Welcome to Nalanda International Independent PU College. I'm Dr. Geeta CJ, giving you the presentation in Business Studies. Today, the topic what we are going to see is functions of management. Management has been described as a social process. It involves the responsibility for making economical, effective planning and regulation of operations of an organization to fulfill the given purposes. It is a dynamic process, consists of various activities. Different experts have classified functions of management in different ways. Henry Fayol, who is a very famous philosopher, has already given a definition for management, and he says that to manage is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command, and to control. So, here we are going to see the functions of management, that is, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So, the functions of management is classified into different categories, which I already said just now. Now, here the P stands for planning, O stands for organizing, S stands for staffing, D stands for directing, and CO stands for controlling. These are the key words which was given by Luther Gulick, who is a famous philosopher. The activities or elements which a manager performs are called functions of management. They are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So the management performs the functions where we are going to see each category. The first function is planning. It is the act of deciding in advance what to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do a particular job. It is a process of which involves thinking before doing. It is a basic function of management. It deals with charting out a future course of action and deciding in advance the most appropriate course of actions for achievement of predetermined goals and objectives. A plan is a future course of action. It is an exercise in problem solving and decision making. Planning is determination of course of action to achieve desired goals. Therefore, planning is a systematic thinking about ways and means for accomplishment of predetermined goals. Planning is necessary to ensure proper utilization of human and non human resources. It is all pervasive and intellectual activity. It also helps in avoiding confusion, uncertainties, risk, wastages, etc. When you see the importance of planning, planning provides direction. It reduces the risk of uncertainty. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Planning provides innovative ideas. It facilitates the decision making. It establishes standards for controlling. At the same time, it has the limitations also, which leads to rigidity. Planning may not work in a dynamic environment because the business environment is dynamic in nature. Nothing is constant. Planning anticipates future. It takes into consideration the possible changes in economic, political, legal, and social dimensions. Planning reduces creativity because the planning is done by top management, but subordinates just implement the plans. And planning involves huge cost. Planning is time consuming. It is a process in time consuming collection and analysis of facts and figures, determination and evaluation of various courses of action involves much time. And also, planning does not guarantee success. The success of an enterprise is possible only when the plans are properly drawn up and implemented. Any plans needs to be translated into action or else it becomes tested and successful plans has to be given more importance. Managers have the tendency to depend on the previously tested and successful plans, but it is not always true that the plans which were successful early will be successful again. Therefore, planning does not guarantee success but provides a base for analysis of future course of action. Any plans need to be translated into action or else it becomes meaningless. The success of a business depends to a large extent on the effective planning. Planning is a decision making process which is concerned with deciding in advance what is to be done and how is to be done. The second function of management is organizing. It is a process of establishing relationship among the members of the enterprise. The relationship is created in terms of authority and responsibility. Organizing is a process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating authority and responsibility, and establishing relationships for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives. Organizing is a second function of management. It establishes the relationship among various factors present in an enterprise. It aims at bringing together various resources, that is, men, machine, materials, and money. It establishes relationship among them for accomplishment of specific objectives. When you say the importance of organizing, it helps in smooth functioning of a business in accordance with the business environment. It helps in the survival and growth of an enterprise and enables it to meet various challenges. It helps in benefits of specialization. That means which leads to systematic allocation of jobs among the workers. Right man is placed for the right job. It increases the efficiency of workers. It gives a clarity in working relationships. It helps in optimum utilization of resources. Organization helps business enterprises to adjust to the environmental changes. Organizing provides clear description of jobs and related duties. It helps in development of personnel. It also promotes growth and diversification of an enterprise. It enables the enterprise to take up new challenges. Example, more job positions, departments, new product lines, and also new geographical territories for increasing sales and profit. Now, let us see the next function of management is staffing. The managerial function of staffing involves manning the organizational structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal, and development of personnel to fill the role designed to the structure. The success of every organization depends on the talented and hardworking people who are the principal assets of any organization. According to MC Farland, staffing is a function by which managers build an organization through the recruitment, selection, and development of individuals as capable employees. Staffing helps in implementing the managerial functions. It helps in higher job satisfaction. It increases the productivity and profitability. It helps in effective use of resources. The staffing function helps the organization in discovering and selecting competent personnel for various positions in the organization. This will increase the organizational efficiency and strengthen the organization to face the challenges. So there are different processes of planning as well as there are different sources of recruitment. It involves internal sources of recruitment as well as external sources of recruitment. The next function of management is directing. Directing is a concerned with instructing, guiding, and inspiring people in the organization to achieve organizational goals. Directing is an important managerial function. It is another important element of management. It is a sum total of managerial effort which takes the organization towards the predetermined goals. It is in fact a part of every managerial action. The organization does not start working till the manager gives direction which means guiding and supervising the subordinates to carry on the function of direction. It is a tough task for the manager. It involves the tackling of human beings with varied nature. It is an interpersonal phenomenon which is concerned with men in one form or the other at the every level of management. Directing is an action oriented. It helps delegation of authority and assigning of responsibilities. It integrates efforts to employees at various levels by proper delegating of authority and responsibility, which is turn helps in achieving organizational objectives. Proper direction will help the employees to achieve the best as it provides clarity of work. It ensures efficiency. Directing helps to bring flexibility in the organization. It convinces the subordinates to accept the changes which the management intends to bring in future. Directing gives clarity in authority and responsibility, which helps to minimize the ambiguity in the work. It helps to maintain the discipline in the organization, which results in smooth functioning in the work. It coordinates different activities of the management. Good direction creates good leaders. The next function of management is controlling. It deals with the measurement and correction of the performance of persons against the predetermined standards. Controlling is a continuous process of evaluating actual performance with standard performance of an individual, group of department and if necessary, taking corrective actions so that actual performance is in accordance with standard performance. Thus, it involves analyzing whether actions are being taken as planned and taking corrective actions to make these to conform as planned. Control and controlling are not synonymous. Control means the power or authority to direct, order, or restrain. Controlling implies measuring actual performance, comparing it with the standards set by plans, and corrective deviations to ensure achievement of objectives according to plans. Controlling function is performed at all levels of management, that is top level, middle level, or lower level, and in all areas of management, that is on policies, personnel, cost, methods, wages, salaries, capital expenditure, production, research and development, external relations, etc. It helps in controlling help for execution of plans. It improves the employee's efficiency. It helps in organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Controlling is a basis for future action. Controlling facilitates coordination among different departments and divisions by providing them unity of direction. It integrates the individual efforts and their activities in achieving the common objectives. Coordination is the essence of management and is achieved through proper performance of all managerial functions. An effective system of control facilitates delegation of authority. Control helps to simplify the task of supervisor by pointing out significant deviations from the standards of performance. It keeps the subordinates under check and brings discipline among them. In every organization, managerial responsibility is created through assignment of activities to various individuals. This process starts at the top level and goes to the lower level. However, when a manager assigns some activities to his subordinates, he remains responsible for the ultimate performance. It is quite natural that when a person is responsible for the performance as well as the performance of his subordinates, he must exercise some control over them. The steps in controlling are establishment of standards, measurement of performance, comparing actual performance with standards, taking corrective actions. Standards may be quantitative standard or qualitative standards. Standard is a yardstick consisting of a specific set of action relating to a particular job on which the actual results are to be evaluated. Management in 21st century. Due to the development of communication, technology, and the positive changes in government policies towards international business, it is possible to think of the world as a global village, and the scope of international and intercultural relationships is rapidly expanding. Even you, as read this chapter, the organization and its management are changing. So, we have come to the conclusion of this chapter. Students, you might have understood the functions of management here. Modern organization is a global organization that has to be managed in a global perspective, and that too in 21st century. So let us see the home assignment. Explain functions of management. Thank you.